Recording in progress.
As we all know, the resources on Earth are scarce and human wants are not. And rising population creates many problems regarding the satisfaction of the needs and wants of humanity. This rate of world population increase can be summarized that the world population has risen by 4.5 billion in last 6 years and is expected to reach 9.5 billion by 2050, according to World Bank. This population growth, coupled with social, economic, and demographic changes, such as raising incomes in developing economies in developing countries, and these resulting changes of consumer patterns will exert increased pressure on global resources for the production and availability of more food to meet the wants and also more types of food, different food items associated with different diets. According to an analysis named Future Protein Supply and Demand conducted by Henschen et al., which are the professors in the food field, an increase of the meat consumption has estimated as 60% between the years 1990 and 2009. And they are expecting this trend to be continuing in upcoming years as well. Also, increase in demand for protein, mainly of animal origin, is expected to have a negative impact on the environment, causing greenhouse gas emissions, water consumptions, and land exploitations for the production of the proteins. So, there is a question arises in our minds, which is there any way to allocate enough resources while also decreasing the damage given to the nature to satisfy the needs of humanity with the scarce resources we have. Even it seems so hard to accomplish, yes, there is a way to accomplish that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alperen Kurt, and today I will be talking about two benefits of lab-grown meats, two benefits lab-grown meats provides, which are the environment and public health. And here is the outline of my presentation. I will begin my presentation with giving a brief explanation about the lab-grown meat, and then I will move on to the two areas benefited from lab-grown meats, which are the public health and environment. While explaining the lab-grown meats, we can say that even lab-grown meats also still being in an early stage for when we consider the development of the sector, still it seems to be a promising alternative technology for the production of the proteins of animal origin and availability of products traditionally produced through animals by using animals in a way that requires significantly reduced animal participation or not even at all in lab-grown meats. Also, lab-grown meat is produced by culturing adult muscle stem cells in collagen matrix obtained from either live or dead animals, and it is providing the necessary sources of energy required for the proliferation and differentiation into skeletal muscle tissue strips. This is the way it is produced. When we come to the benefits of the lab-grown meats to the public health, lab-grown meat could be an excellent functional food since it can be modified to alter the profile of essential amino acids and fats, and it can be enriched in vitamins, minerals, and bioactive compounds, so that not only it's in proportionate amounts of natural meat, but also exists it to cover the specific dietary needs for the people with various ailments for as the needs and wants of the humans changing so fast in each day passes. And additionally, after the appearance of functional and fortified foods, consumers are more willing to test products that have been modified to a particular functional and nutritional characteristics. Also, according to a paper published by Beth and Fayaz in journal Food Science and Technology, strictly controlled hygiene conditions in sterile systems applied to the production of the lab-grown meats. The process contributes significantly in improving its safety by minimizing the risk of zoonotic and foodborne pathogens, viruses, or microbiotics such as avian influenza or swine flu. And then scientists also hope that the need for pesticides and fun fungicides, growth factors, and antimicrobials, which are used in the excess for conventional meat production, may be significantly reduced as the consumption of cultured meat increases. In the future, the ever-growing production and cost reduction of lab ground meat, because at the beginning stage of the lab ground meat, it was very costly to produce such a thing, but nowadays its cost is decreasing drastically. The lab ground meat will be possibly below the traditional animal husbandry as monetary amounts would, and this situation makes lab ground meat consumption even more affordable. And it can increase the access to meat even in developing economies, developing in countries, so that the culture meat could help alleviate the certain nutritional deficits in the population and support the physical and mental development of the people, especially in young ages. When we move on to the impact of lab ground meat on the environment, by replacing the conventionally produced meat with cultured meat, we can potentially help mitigate greenhouse gas emissions because instead of using larger land for the necessary agricultural crops required for the production of the traditional proteins, these large areas could be released and redeveloped or reused for other purposes, such as carbon capture. According to Tomisito and Dematos, reported that if the cultured meat is grown in algae culture medium, although energy consumption will not decrease dramatically, the greenhouse gas emissions will fall by between 78 and 96%. Land use will fall by 99%. Water consumption will fall by between 82 and 96%. And energy consumption will fall by between 7 and 45%. Well, of course, it is the result of the comparison the lab grown meats with the traditional way of providing the protein for the people. And in another research, it was reported that the cultured beef has a lower heating potential than the traditional beefs, so that we can also can gain the advantage of the energy use. And also, the researchers found that the conventional beef and possibly pork, the use of the cultured meats rather than the traditional way of producing it can help to nature to recover itself. The production of the lab ground meat could also have potential benefits for the conservation of wildlife by reducing the pressure to convert natural habitats into a farmlands. And also it provides an alternative way of production so that the species that are currently at high risks by overhunting or fishing for food can gain its advantage. To conclude the presentation, lab ground meat appears to be a particularly interesting alternative to the conventional meat, to the traditional meat from animal carcasses, and the problems caused by its production method and its shortcoming in meeting the future emerging global demands for the food, for the protein of the human needs. And furthermore, the possibilities offered by the flexible production process and the modifications can be done to the lab ground meat. The lab ground meat becomes the promising and functional food process of food production, and with the capability to meet the specific needs of many different consumer groups, many different people, while also protecting the nature. It is an advantageous way to use. Thanks for listening. Here is my reference list. If you have interest in the topic, or if you want to learn more, you can visit the site. Thanks for listening.